Send in the bull BS reporters to find the real problems in her career.
They did an analysis of the first round of plagiarism allegations that came out in October. But a new round of allegations came out.
A new round. Okay. Look at that. Right. What a surprising twist. A new round of allegations. Let's see if we can find more inadequate citations. I don't care.
Just finish. Okay, then you don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you
about that. All right, okay. I'm done. We're wrapping this story up. We're taking a break. We'll come back and hopefully we'll calm down a little bit.
The Young Turks civil war is in full swing. This one is probably the most heated argument that I have seen between Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur. Maybe between Ana Kasparian and anyone, and that's saying a lot. They got very heated on this one. This debate got very, very heated. Like I said, the most heated debate I've seen yet on the Young Turks between Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur. And this just signifies that the Young Turks civil war is here. And I think Ana Kasparian will most likely leave the Young Turks very soon. Let's get into these couple of clips here from this episode of the Young Turks of Cenk Uygur absolutely having a meltdown after Ana Kasparian destroys him for his ridiculous stance. Let's check this out.
Harassment, yes or no?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric.
And is it anti-Semitic rhetoric?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric when it crosses into conduct that amounts to bullying, harassment, intimidation, that is actionable conduct, and we do take action.
So Dr. Gay was trying to give a nuanced answer in a world where nuance is increasingly rejected. And so since she didn't clearly say that calling for the genocide of Jews is unacceptable and we will investigate it, she specifically wanted to focus on when that rhetoric crosses over into actual harassment. And look, I would have preferred for her to be a lot clearer. There was a lot of legalese used in the way that these university presidents answered that question, and it did not bode well for them, and that's what led to calls for their resignation. And I want to also be clear that there is no evidence of students chanting about genociding Jewish people. There have been chants featuring them saying things like "from the river to the sea," which is interpreted by some as calling for the destruction of Israel. But I don't think that most students who engage in that rhetoric think that they're calling for the destruction of Israel or the elimination of Israel. They think that they're fighting for the rights of Palestinians who are currently being crushed in the Gaza Strip. So that's the background. Before I get to the latest details of what's
this is all garbage, a burning pile of total garbage. Go ahead.
Notice how when Ana Kasparian sees stuff like this, she notices, okay, this person's trying to give a nuanced take on the whole thing. She's trying to break down exactly logically what the woman is saying. Cenk Uygur hears it, immediately just gets emotional. That's how these people operate, and that's why Ana Kasparian just doesn't fit in on the Young Turks or on the woke left in general, because they base everything off of emotion. It's all, there's no logic, there's no reason, there's no morality, and Ana Kasparian is trying to bring that to these shows, and she just doesn't fit in. Like, the Young Turks fans consistently try to cancel Ana because she doesn't bring that super emotional take side of things that Cenk Uygur brings in. That's what they love. That's what the woke left loves.
Okay, so, but let me also say this, okay? It's clearly politically motivated, okay? The hatchet job is clear to me as well. But if there are specific, hold on, Cenk, listen to me for a second. If there are substantial examples of her engaging in plagiarism, it is a problem if she's the president of a university.
Yeah, I'll explain later. Just get through the BS first.
Okay, no, you go ahead, Cenk. Go ahead and
it's garbage. It's garbage.
Engage in your rant. Go ahead.
So guys, here's what happens, okay? Once someone sticks their neck out and challenges the powerful, they then dig into their lives and they go, okay, we got to find some transgression so we can invent a scandal. And they'll get some hack like Rufo and some rando at a rando place like Washington Free Beacon and a Substack account, okay, whatever the hell that is, okay? And they'll say, okay, this is just serious charges. And they'll repeat words like plagiarism 100 times. And all the headlines will say plagiarism. And then when you look into it, what did Harvard conclude? 4 inadequate citations. Jaywalking is a significantly higher crime, okay? That when the best you got is 4 inadequate citations, basically you're saying we dug and dug and dug to try to bury her and find one thing wrong in her life, but we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. So we got something where she left out quote marks, but Put the citation in. We got a thing where she joined with another author. We got a thing where she quoted her own advisor. Sometimes in cases like this, because whenever they go after academics, they're number one.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
One hatchet job is plagiarism. Why plagiarism? Because it sounds so bad, right? And the average person doesn't understand plagiarism at all. And so they go, inadequate citations. And it makes it sound like, wow. It's nonsense, total. So sometimes on plagiarism charges, they'll say, when you look into the details, she quoted herself but didn't cite it. Oh, come on, guys, come on. So this is what I call needle in a haystack. So are they trying to represent the totality of her career, the haystack, or are they trying to find a needle in that haystack, pull it out and go, look at this needle. That's what she's about. That one time that she got a citation wrong. Fire her, fire her. And who's Bill Ackman? Bill Ackman is one of the worst people in the country. He's a hedge fund manager who bribes, campaign contributions to politicians, buys them off left and right, gives a ton of money to his alma mater. And when he heard this, he's like, well, no criticism of Israel ever, fire her. I mean, I'm worried about an inadequate citation from 1987, so I'm really concerned about her academic situation. Guys, when they find something this minor, that means, oh my God, she was squeaky clean. Oh, she led an immaculate life. I challenge any of you to go through this kind of process and have them come up with only 4 inadequate citations. That means you're pretty much an angel. So this is nothing but a hatchet job. It has zero validity.
So
he's probably correct, but it's so funny how Cenk Uygur can pick up on this so easily whenever it's somebody that he supports. It's crazy how whenever it's somebody who he likes their ideology, he can pick up on this, but they do the same exact thing to all of their political opponents, the left does, to all of their political opponents. Think about what they do with Donald Trump. Exactly how he described. They find one little thing. With Donald Trump, it's multiple things, and you could say it's a little bit bigger, the things that they found, than inaccurate citations. They're convicted felon stuff it's bigger than that, but they find those little things and they just repeat it over and over and over again to try and hammer it into your head to make you change your opinion on the person. With Donald Trump, they did it with the convicted felon stuff recently. They just say convicted felon over and over again. Before, they did the Russia collusion stuff, collusion with Russia. It's like, it's so obvious, and Cenk Uygur can pick up on it when it's somebody that he supports. But when it's the other side, he just buys into it. He just buys into the agenda. He buys into the very obvious pushing of, propaganda. Let's see what Ana Kasparian has to say in response. And things get heated here in a second. It gets pretty awkward too.
Cenk, the reason why I get frustrated with you is because you're itching to engage in your rant so desperately that you don't even give me an opportunity to lay out all the facts before you engage in your rant, in which you undermine and minimize the evidence that I'm gonna show that shows that it's more than just the lack of citations 4 separate times.
Yeah, I'm not gonna engage in their hatchet jobs.
Look, listen.
No, that has no validity.
Okay, all right, fine, it has no validity. If your take is, I don't care if she engaged in any plagiarism because this is politically motivated, then just say it. But my point is, even though I believe it is politically motivated that they're going after her, if there are substantial examples of her engaging in plagiarism at a university where students get expelled when they engage in plagiarism, it's a problem.
But they already did the analysis, Anna. So now we're gonna do a double analysis on some jackass substacker who's obviously doing it for political reasons. And guess what? By the time that they reevaluate their second set of nonsense charges, she'll already be fired. And Bill Ackman will go, yes, I win again. Send in the bull BS reporters to find the real problems in her career. They did
an analysis of the first round of plagiarism allegations that came out in October. But a new round of allegations came out.
A new round. Okay. Look at that. Right. What a surprising twist. A new round of allegations. Let's see if we can find more inadequate citations. I don't care.
Just finish. Okay, then you don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you.
Be honest about that.
No.
Be honest about the fact that you don't care.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
That's fine.
If you found out. No, I don't care. Let me explain. Let me explain.
Okay.
If you found out that she committed a robbery.
This is like this feels like a parody show at this point. Like, this is a grown man. I don't know how old Cenk is. He's probably at least 45, 50 years old. A grown man who is just having a meltdown. And this happens so much. He cannot stand the fact that Ana Kasparian is being reasonable. He just wants a partner who's just going to melt down with him and say how bad the right wing is, how good the left wing is, and only acknowledge certain very obvious truths whenever it aligns with his ideology and aligns with his agenda, such as the things that I'm talking about in this video, where he can see the hatchet job very clearly whenever it's somebody on his side that it's getting attacked. But whenever it's Donald Trump or anyone on the right who this happens over and over and over again, like we see it all the time, literally all the time, but he can't pick up on it then it's very obvious, you know, they're just telling the truth about the person. But when Ana Kasparian can pick up on that and can see very clearly, hey, dude, it seems like you don't care about the facts whenever it's somebody on your side, but you care very much about these so-called facts whenever it's somebody on the other side. Like, he's literally, like, Ana Kasparian is literally saying, just admit that you don't care about the facts. And Cenk Uygur just says, I don't care. I just don't. He just admitted it straight up there. And this is why Ana Kasparian is going to leave the Young Turks soon.
In 1997, went into somebody's house, broke the door down and stole their radio. I still wouldn't care, because you're trying to eliminate her because she said something you don't like. Don't go back into the past, find the tiniest little transgressions, and then we're gonna have a debate over this poor woman's life and over her career. No, I'm not going to engage with bad faith actors who have shown 1,000 times over that they're full of crap and they're looking to destroy people's lives. So no, let me be very clear. I have no interest in a debate about plagiarism from 20, 30 years ago. So-called. When the first round of plagiarism came up with no plagiarism, none. They were lying, and they're always lying. Oh, should we look into whether she jaywalked? I bet she did. Let's have a debate whether she jaywalked or not. I bet she crossed several streets without getting proper permission. She might have even once had a party past 10 p.m. Might have violated a noise ordinance. Let's engage in, is she guilty of the noise ordinance? I might be guilty of a noise ordinance now. No, hatchet jobs, no interest. You're right, Ana. Even if they found it and they're like, this one doesn't have any citation at all. Oh.
All right,
okay.
I'm done. We're wrapping this story up. We're taking a break. We'll come back and hopefully we'll calm down a little bit so we can actually do our jobs appropriately.
The job appropriately is this story has zero validity. Right. And do not fire that poor woman because some donor who's rich says, no, I'm gonna run Harvard. No one's allowed to disagree with my political opinions. Okay, if that's—
Dude, this is embarrassing. This is a full-on meltdown. Oh my God. Like, this guy is spiraling, I think, for multiple different reasons. Obviously, this is just who Cenk Uygur is in the first place, but also he realizes, like, it eats him up that Ana Kasparian is no longer his, like, sidekick in these little meltdowns. Like, she understands how ridiculous this guy looks. I mean, like I said, this is a grown dude. This is a grown man, an old man, 45, 50 years old, who is having meltdowns like this, acting like a little girl. And there's Ana Kasparian just sitting next to him like, I'm embarrassed to be here. Like, you could tell she's just embarrassed to sit next to the guy while he's having this full-blown meltdown.
That's what Harvard is, which apparently that's what Penn is. I'm humiliated that I went to Penn. They fired her over that? They fired her over that because the donors didn't want her to be honest and tell what the actual policy of the school was on a hypothetical chance that didn't even happen. And those same donors, by the way, very, very likely donating to the politicians who voted for genocide of the Palestinian people because their lives don't matter. But we're discussing citations as 18,000 people have been butchered in Gaza. That's a weapon of mass distraction.
All right, it's more than citations. I'm sorry that I couldn't give you guys the information, but please read.
But go to Substack. I'm sure they have a lot of it.
Read the Harvard Crimson, please, so you'll understand where the real allegations lie.
Well, that was interesting. Let me know in the comments what you thought about that clip from the Young Turks. That's a full-blown meltdown from Cenk Uygur. And Ana Kasparian, you can tell she's just fed up with it. She's just done with the whole thing, and she's embarrassed to be there at this point. Let me know in the comments, how much longer do you think Ana Kasparian will be at the Young Turks? And let me know what you thought about that clip. I don't even know what to make of it. That was that was so insane. I can't even believe what I just watched in that debate there between Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole clip here from the Young Turks.